Hi, my name is Gulshan Kumar. In this video, I am going to talk about Bunny CDN, a services that is very effective and very cost friendly, and support is really awesome. Let me show you my dashboard. I have been using since a long time, and support is highly responsive. Let me show you first. My all tickets are closed, and they have replied in very detailed manner each and everything that I like most. I have never seen support like this which goes in this much detail, especially replying each of their customer in such sincere manner, and that is something I really appreciate. Okay, so right now I have one storage zone, two pool zone. I am already using their services, so these are some things I do for my personal stuffs. And Gulshan Kumar is a storage which I use for hosting my static WordPress site. I have also written a detailed tutorial about how you can host a static WordPress here, which you can find at my blog. And next I have also covered a review of Bunny CDN, which you can find at my blog as well. So let me show you that what is the storage. First of all, the storage is generally for hosting static files. Okay, it is like file manager. I can upload anything that I want. For example, if I upload here video, which will be uploaded, and this will do replication as well, and it is connected with the pool zone for serving the storage based file quickly. Well, this is a static site, so I have connected my main domain gulshankumar.net and www, and they also have configurable caching solution, like at how much minimum caching I want to set. So I have 3 hours match server expiration I have set up accordingly, and query string sort, disable cookies, optimize for video delivery, cache by query string. These are something I personally find very useful in their setup, and pricing is very decent. Standard tier, volume tier, there are. Standard is useful for low latency, which is for frequently accessed file, and high volume tier is generally suitable for software delivery and ideally for large file, we can say. And I have also full control over the region, so I can control the pricing. For now I prefer having support in all regions, so I can have globally faster website. In terms of security, they also offer features like block root path access, which I don't use because I have a static site and connected with pool zone, connected with storage. Block post request, which is very useful. This can be helpful for reducing attack at your if you're connected with the application like WordPress. This can be useful at some point, I feel. Enable logging. This is useful for logging, I think, IP address and which path anyone accessed. Anonymize log IP, these are things. So allowed referral, if you want hot link protection kind of things for any resources, this can be useful. Blocked referral, this is also a useful solution. Blocked IP, these are some security solution available here. And there is also AWS S3. Okay, next there is TLS version support. So they also support TLS 1.0, TLS 1.1, and no doubt they also support TLS 1.2 and TLS 1.3 as well. But it has been there because they want to extend the support for the devices which is, I think, which is outdated, but they want to support it, so anyone can have freely access to the content, and that's useful, I think, in some cases. Enable token authentication, these are things. Token IP validation, I don't know about it much. Traffic manager, I have found a situation where I had to block certain countries because I was receiving tons of traffic and for no reason. So I had one choice, just block that particular countries, and I was able to do it in one click. Next, there is headers option. Many times if you are serving fonts file and we have CDN configuration like cdn.example.com like that. So enabling course header can be useful, so your font file can load easily. There are optimizer feature which I'm using right now. It's cost $9.50 but save a big hassle. I have been user of plugins. I don't want to name specifically one by one, but I can all say that when you use a plugin or services, one is that will use your origin server resources, so it will be very slow. And sometime I have also noticed that when I upload an image and it takes quite longer time in plugin method, so I thought these services I should consider. Now doesn't matter if I'm serving 10,000 images or 1000 GB bandwidth, the pricing is fixed for me, 9.50. It also comes with WebP compression, manipulation engine, Minify CSS and JS. These are quite useful thing, I think. And regardless of bandwidth, this cost is going to be same. So indirectly I'm going to save bandwidth and going to save my money here. Origin Shield I don't use because I don't have connected my pull zone with S3 kind of thing. See what happens in case of S3. If you are storing their files, they're not going to charge you much, I think, or maybe not at all. I'm not sure about that exactly, but I think there are charges when you download their file. So when it is connected to pull zone like Bunnycedian and you have enabled Origin Shield, this can be useful to reduce your origin cost charges. In case of S3, I don't use S3 kind of thing, so I have not enabled this. Ads rule, wow, this is my favorite. I can't live without it. I just wish they add some more features in the coming days, a more useful feature, more interesting feature. For now I am very happy that whatever they are providing, there are features like block request, force download, force SSL, change origin URL, which is very useful. Override cache time, redirect to URL, which can be useful for redirecting affiliate links. Request header, I can set any request header as well. Response header, I can configure caching instruction for the browser. Disable token, I don't use. Disable bunny optimizer, no, I don't need that, but it can be useful in some cases. Ignore cache very URL query string. Okay, wow, this is also very useful, I think. In ignore cache very URL, I think this can be useful in case I'm serving some search pages like things. So overall these settings are quite useful. Network limit, I don't put any limit at the moment because I'm not going to because I'm not receiving a huge amount of traffic, so I'm not concerned about this thing. But yeah, when it will be a case, I will definitely try this one thing as well. For now I feel that this is very good setting for me. And maximum connection per IP, monthly bandwidth limit, these are some feature I feel can be helpful if I want to be in the limited cost. I think if I want to save money or I want to keep my ongoing cost in a limit, so limiting bandwidth here, it can be very useful. Suppose someone hot linked my image, a big website, and my bandwidth won't quickly raise at any point. If I have this feature, I will be in the control. So this was all about storage. But why you should consider Bunnycedian? Why not Cloudflare? Sorry, Bunnycedian.com. Why not Cloudflare? This is also a question you might have in your mind, that when Cloudflare is free, then why not use Cloudflare instead of Bunnycedian? Why pay for the services? Well, there are reasons for it. In the free plan, there are some caches. I personally find that Bunnycedian offers better, reliable geographical routing properly in the proper manner. Now let me show you tools Bunny connectivity test diagnostic report. Now let me run a diagnostic test here and see what happens. MU, I am from India, this is my IP address and it is serving from Mumbai, this is best. And if I show you my quickly the latency, since I have already hosted my site, so I can directly show you there. So let me show you that it's TTFB 42 ms. I can also show you the MTR report directly of my host name. You can see here that it's quite decent. So I personally feel that routing is the major reason why I personally prefer Bunnycedian. If they were routing Singapore or any other region, I might have not selected this CDN, because my first priority is performance, and after then cost, and after then feature and any other things. There are also some free options like Netlify and many other services, but I don't prefer going with free services because I want reliable performance, and Bunnycedian has been constantly reliable in my experience. They even if there was some issue, they were able to resolve it very quickly. So right now they have some issues, I think they will resolve it soon. And I see that services has been very much reliable at the cost I am getting, and they have features like image optimization and cloud storage, and reason which is very important, I think we must talk about it. There are 40 data center, and that includes region like India, South America, Africa, North America, Europe, and there's all the regions. I think almost every regions there are. So wherever your traffic is, you can quickly serve your website, and that is major advantage. And cost is very decent, I think 0.03 per GB, which is nothing much. I think if you are going to serve 100 GB bandwidth, you are going to be charged $3 per month, which is quite decent. If you have a small website, 10 GB traffic, $1 per month is minimum charges of Bunnycedian. This is something to know. Okay, let me introduce you with its team. So founder of Bunnycedian is Dejan, co-founder Loporo, sorry if I'm not spelling it well, and Harry, support person, Matic, support person, Alja, art and billing, Jure, marketing director. Okay, Bunnycedian in numbers, from just few requests per second in 2015, Bunnycedian is now trustworthy, some of the most known brand in the industry. Yeah, this is very true. I can show you that in the Twitter handle that what are some conversation going on about Bunnycedian. This can give you a quick idea that why either people like it or not. So let me show you quickly that what people are saying about it. Well, there are so many reviews, but let me show you that Bunnycedian review. Okay, I see that many people have written review about it. Okay, I like how Origin Shield was added. So many people are enjoying the services, including me. I have also shared my experience. I had recently tried it, replicated stories, and I found that latency is decent, 65 ms, which is quite decent. So many people are experiencing amazing with Bunny. You can see that this one person received 100 by 100 score at page speed. Wow, that's awesome. So overall I think that people perspective about this Sydian company is very good, and we can also check out some external reviews, but I don't really think that I need to go, but I will try to be here transparent. So they have 5 rating at Facebook as well, 4.9 at g2.com. I'm not aware about gt.com website. I am seeing it first time, or maybe just few times. Let's see what people say about Facebook at Facebook. Okay, this is my first review here. Well, I am very much satisfied customer. I am happy to see the first review here. Great admin interface. Yeah, this is very true. Admin interface is amazing. It is easy to use. Suppose if I am going to add a poll zone for my blog, which is gulshankumar.org, it is very simple. Just I need to type Gulshan Kumar poll zone name, and origin address should be gulshankumar.org, and I need to click on the add poll zone. After then, oh, it says already taken. Yeah, I have already taken, but I need to just rename. Okay, now I can add it. So it is saying me that you're almost there, and there are a couple of platforms which they support, like it can be used with static any WordPress HTML site or any kind of website, WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, or you can check its knowledge base as well. I think they have guide for almost everything. If I'm searching about ads role, for example, wow, so there are guide for almost everything. For now I will go with WordPress method, and I see they have suggested adding poll zone using Bunnyshadian plugin. Okay, so Bunnyshadian plugin is there. Oh, come on, Microsoft. So Bunnyshadian plugin is there, and I have activated, and I just need to update my Sydian path. Since I'm using FastCJ cache plugin, FastCJ caching system, so I just need to purge once so I can check that how exactly it's performing. And I will go with network timeline here, and I can see that 430 ms. Wow, that's great. I am particularly interested in latency 40 ms, which is decent. And we can also check performance using GTmetrix, but I'm not much interested testing there due to lack of time. So let's cover a few more things which I forgot. I think why should use Cloudflare as a DNS and Bunnyshadian as your main CDN, or maybe sometime you can use both, but I think all services has some pro and cons. Personally, I prefer Bunnyshadian in case of India, and Cloudflare if I'm serving traffic from outside countries, then it's fine, but I personally find more consistent performance in Bunnyshadian, and that's why I personally prefer using it. And there are some more reasons to go with Bunnyshadian, that you can have so many ads rule. Okay, back to the point. I was going to configure my new pool zone. I have already configured, I think. Just I need to enable force SSL and caching. All these things are already done here. So almost these all things are quite easy. If you want to enable optimized services, you can just enable in one click, save configuration. So this is very simple. Plugins. Okay, now I am going to test either WebP is working or not. Yes, in one click WebP is working, so everything is fine there. I have no issues with it. Second thing I would like to show, that how is the log system. This is very important. So I see that someone tried to access this particular path and attacks keep happening. So wow, this is awesome. One of at my one of my WordPress site, this is something happening, and this is not related to this CDN but some other. Okay, let me show you gulshan.org. Right now there is no logs. There is purge feature as well, which can be used to purge a particular URL using Bunny hostname, or you can purge. Right now they don't support wildcard method, but only one URL, I think so. And next thing is statistics, which is very interesting. I have personally used statistic for, yeah, so there is a statistic page, so I can see that I can check hourly as well. That's awesome. And these are some regions where from where I have received traffic at my site. And these are important things like 2xx request, 3xx request, 5xx request. These are some types of request which is being served at my site. These graphs look really amazing. I think they have similar graphs for billing as well. Optimizer, yeah, this has costed me optimizer mainly. And what method they support for recharge, let me show you. They support credit card, Bitcoin, and minimum they support $10. Okay, so this is something to know. And they do not store your payment information. I think your card information will never be sent to Bunnyshirian and will be safely stored in the Braintree. So Braintree is basically a PayPal services. What? Braintree. Okay, it's look like subsidiary of PayPal. Okay, so this is a services. Except Braintree is a services of PayPal. Okay, this is a PayPal company, I think. So they use Braintree services for processing all your payments. So this is something to know. And they also have decent affiliate program, which from which I have earned some money. Okay, and there is history as well, that from at which date I have how much balance. So this is something showing. Okay, let's go back to the overview right now. So 3000 requests I have served so far, and cache hit ratio is 68.9. Well, I keep purging, so it goes reduce, but I will try to make sure that I don't purge, so I can have 80-90 cache hit. Okay, so this is something I hope that you find it useful. I have tried to walk you through everything, and there is monitoring as well, which shows real time information. This graph was looking very beautiful when I had done once stress testing at loader.io website. This was going very rapidly, request per second. So this was my complete review of Bunnyshirian. Last I can show you account detail. And yeah, there is something I think I forgot to mention. They have also two-factor authentication feature, which is useful for the security. And yeah, they have API documentation as well. So if you are a developer who need some custom solution, you can use their API to purge, create pull zone and things like that. And yeah, promotional email, I am okay with it. They don't do much spamming in my experience, and this is something to know. I have not received any huge spam. I mostly follow them on Twitter because I like what they time to time update. Even on Twitter, I have not seen much spam kinds of tweet, but only useful updates which generally matters. So this is something I really like. Well, for example, they had once updated about pricing changes, minimum pricing $1, and they do useful tweets like this. So I think this is something useful. Next, there are also some many option here like abuse cases. Well, I have not done anything wrong so far, so all is clear, and I'm never going to do anything wrong, so this will be always a blank. Yeah, so this was complete review of Bunnyshedian and how you can use it, how you can leverage to the best. I have better idea for it. You can use it for cloud storage, you can use it as custom hostname full zone, you can use it to proxy, you can use it as a proxy server as well, I think, which can be a bit tricky to implement, but maybe someday I will guide you. And you can also use it for hosting a static WordPress site, which I have already covered in my video here. Static WordPress, yes, this goes in very detail, and this plugin can be very useful, WP2 static plugin. And if you're more interested about Bunnyshedian, you can also check out my forum where you can find so many details about Bunnyshedian. The forum URL is help.gulshankumar.net. You simply need to search Bunnyshedian and you will find almost every small detail which you might need to know. Thank you very much for watching this video.